I was contacted about this program, and at the time I was extremely involved in something at work that I couldn't, and it sounded to me that it was something we needed to do, and I handed it over to Carrie, and between her and myself, we talked it over with Mike, and she will give you a brief summary of what this is all about.
A Place for Me is a program that runs through our district, and it runs through grant money for the most part, and it's usually through the school year. In addition, the advisor who runs that program also runs a program in the summer to service those students that are identified as at risk. And she runs a program for them to go to day events, either to pools or playgrounds, and she has activities for them through the summer. We use district busing, and because the grant has diminished significantly, the transportation fees are not covered by the grant. Therefore, I was called by, as Carrie, by this transportation person who was knowledgeable about it. Could we provide them with a discounted fee that we also provide, bless you, provide the PTA? And so I presented that to, I called Carrie back, and then we presented it to Mike, and we've moved forward with this motion here so that they will get that same discounted fee that we get the PTA for those services for transportation.
This lady is paying out her own pocket for this program, so that's important. And we get so much negative publicity that it's kind of nice to make sure we get some positive publicity on something that we do good. So Colin, you did get that, right? Don't make me chase you out of here today. All right, with that said, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, student activity account for class of 2015, motion to establish an account.
Motion.
Second.
Second.
I don't think there's much discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, see, exoneration of interest and fees. Recommendation for that, I need a motion.
Motion.
Second. Discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone
Aye.
opposed? Refund request. Boy, I hate seeing it. Motion.
Motion.
Second.
Second.
Discussion. That is a parcel in the city of Easton, am I correct?
Yes.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Okay, well, now we have what is a white copy paper bid purchase of $67,989.60. Motion.
Motion.
Second.
Second.
Discussion?
I have a question.
Please do.
Well, why the particular grade that's specified?
Actually,
That's the man next to you.
this was did a second time because the first sample that came in, it was a grade that was not acceptable. It was curling up. It was just a very cheap grade, so they upgraded to the this was a request of the
Printing.
copy department, and that's why we did that.
Isn't that a premium grade? I mean, is it a 92 brightness grade? I just don't understand why.
You're talking to the paper guy.
I don't understand why you would need
I
a
will tell you,
premium grade of
I'm not
paper.
trying to evade anything here, but
No,
it was
no,
all done.
just curious.
Before I got here, it was a request from the department, and they moved on to rebid it, and this is what came in.
And of the bidders, why don't the large office supply companies appear?
I don't know that.
It's a good question.
I mean, when we're trying to save money, it just seems to me we should look at every avenue.
We don't have to vote on this. We can, we're not gonna be in trouble for paper. We're okay?
The one thing I will say is that I know in talking to the duplicating services, they have problems with many types of paper in the machines, and they end up wasting more paper because it gets clogged. And so that was one of the issues, and I don't know, how he went about testing them, but I do know he tests each one of them with his equipment. And this grade seemed to be the most effective in the machines without waste.
I will assure you, based on my experience, that there are alternative grades that will be cheaper that should work equally well. The problem of curling is a problem that occurs worldwide. So often, if someone does not want to have any issues whatsoever, you go with the top of the line. May not be the most cost-effective route.
Good insight. We are okay with paper?
I'm guessing we have maybe about 10 pallets to get us going. You know, if you put it off to the next board meeting, I guess you'll be all right, but you have to decide by
By then,
then.
right?
I'm not the official guy that runs the paper, I just stay around.
We'll get through the start of the year.
I can tell you, if we go more than a month of school, we're probably gonna run out of
I just worry if we go back to, and again, I will use your, certainly solicit your expertise on the grades and talk with the department to reconfigure this bid, if that's the board's choice.
I'm not arguing with a man who's a paper expert.
Me neither.
Mama didn't raise a fool, you know? So, our suggestion is there a suggestion now, Steve, how,
Yeah,
I gotta
don't wanna
ask you.
speak it up about this, because I've been around here 27 years, and we've gone through this time and time again. And every time we haven't listened to Bob O'Donnell about this, we've suffered tremendous waste in whatever alternative program, was adopted. We have a gentleman who runs under Tom's supervision, who runs a very efficient operation downstairs, and he's been around 30 years. That's why we really look to him, because he is the one who does calling, and he checks on certain grades. And I can't answer why we don't have any of the larger clearinghouses. I can only tell you that we certainly do look at options. We make many phone calls, and I'm sharing my experience with the operation here. I don't know, Tim, if 10 pallets will be, I'm sure we'll be okay, but I can't guarantee it. So, I mean, that's not to say that Bob O'Donnell cannot look again at some of this and maybe make a report back to Tom. But, I'm just gonna tell you that we have gone round and round year after year with this. And I really find that when we let the resident experts do their thing, I think we will, while we might pay a little more up front, we won't have the waste on the back end.
understand and I respect your opinion, but in the same breath, I think it's, something the board has to decide here, since we seem to have someone who's somewhat of an expert in what we're going to do. Huh?
32 years.
2 years. That's a tough thing to swallow. Board, tell me where we're going with this right now.
I guess the question is there other alternatives than if we have to get some paper?
Do we have to buy it a lot now? Can we reconfigure?
Well, obviously, I mean, we know that.
Can we do a small purchase and
Well,
reevaluate?
if we have to do that, we can do a small purchase.
But the price goes up.
But, at the beginning of the year, obviously, is the, most
Well,
of the
actually,
copies.
my understanding is that majority of the stuff that's supposed to be requested is supposed to be requested over the summer.
Right.
So I have that question then is, if the request was supposed to be put in over the summer so that it's ready for school, we should have already gone through majority of the paper, unless I'm incorrect.
I kind of feel the same way.
We're still using paper from last year's.
Yeah.
With the balance.
Last year's was in the warehouse.
Yeah, I mean, that's
When
what.
I first seen that there, I immediately said, Tom, I'll get it from Xerox. Because for years, it had to be Xerox, or else we had problems.
Very insistent
I
about getting
remember
it.
one year, we didn't get Xerox, and like Steve said, we had people in schools and everything screaming because the paper's not running in the machines. That's why Bob usually gets a sample and tries to run it to see what he can do. But what we do have right now is paper from last year. We haven't gotten the paper for this year, which I think comes down to like 2 tractor trailer loads of paper. I don't know whether it's 120 pallets or what it is. I know we made room for it at the warehouse.
Again, I can't answer to if the orders were in for the schools or what's done. But the next meeting is not that far away, and 10 pallets, I have to believe we'll be okay. And if we have to do an emergency purchase just to get us through a week, but in the meantime, we'll go out and rebid this.
One thing that would be helpful in the analysis is you cite that there's jamming and yield losses. If we could quantify that, then we'd have a table that we could analyze and make the right decision.
Okay. Where we at with this? Somebody make a motion here.
So I'll motion to table this until we find out further details and further options.
Motion to table. Second on that?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed to it? We will table that. Mike, if you feel the need that you need to, I think the board, we're okay with that. If we get into a pinch, you have the okay to buy what we need. Are we okay with that, board member?
Yes.
That should be part of that motion. John, you got that? Okay. All right, we're gonna move on to electric bids. Motion. Second. Discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, we'll move on. G, preferred EAP service agreement renewal. Motion.
Motion.
Second. So I know, EAP.
Employee Assistance Program.
I just want to make sure everybody understands what we're talking about and see if Mike's still sharp on that. He's still big. How about it? Because we were hitting one of them last
I
night.
didn't read it, yeah, I didn't read it either, I just do.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, financial matters, bills and reports. Motion, 1 through 7. Second,
Second.
discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Moving to item 13, interested citizen on non-agenda items. Please stand up and speak now. I think they left.
Mr. Santee, you have anything for us?
If not, we're going to move on to 14. Correspondence to be acknowledged. Motion. We don't have any. Miscellaneous and ad hoc committee reports. Mr. Riley's not here for IU-20, so we won't have a report from that. Mr. Riley and Dr. Volcano aren't here, so we won't have the Eastern Public Library report as we move along. CIT report. I'm going to yield to, oh, no, she did not. Mrs. Mandarino. CIT, yeah, I guess I'm the guy. We have to make up our mind what we're going to do with this right now. I said this, I'm filling in temporarily, but I would gladly stay on board. Mr. Cajavinci, there are committees, and Bob, you'll get a list, if you can look at them, get back, and when we meet next time, we have an idea what you want to do.
Okay.
Okay? So for the next meeting, we need to start filling some of these positions on these various committees.
Well, they might want to know what the openings are.
We will give them a list of them, and if there's any questions, feel free to call Mrs. Schaefer, because she'll call me anyway. But as it stands right now, there are some that, you know, some of us will step, like, I'm doing CIT, I'll stick with it, someone can pick up some of my committee, all right? You'll get that information next week, all right? CIT, there's really nothing going on, we're getting ready for the year. We did discuss some things last night in executive session, and we'll talk about that another time. That's pretty much in the CIT report. As I weed through this, and I see the girls back, their hands are doing this. NCC board, and I'm just gonna pick on them. Dr. Volcano's not here, so we don't have to worry about that. I understand Dr. Scott is still looking for replacements. PSBA, Mrs. Ellison.
The SBA has their upcoming October annual legislative platform, annual meeting, and Tim Riley, Jody Hess, and myself I will definitely be going there, and I think we're still waiting to
You
get
guys are welcome.
confirmations from the two of you.
And if, I would like to attend that myself.
You would?
Yes,
Perfect.
that's the problem, anybody? Okay, not a problem. That's-
Check on him and I'll find out.
I can free my schedule. So if you want to be the alternate, that's fine. Is that better for you?
Yeah, if Tim can't go or doesn't wanna go, then I'll do what I can to get off for
Okay.
They will be sending the platforms to, did you give them, Joan, the addresses for? Okay, so they will be sending platforms to you, so if you're not gonna go, you might wanna send the platform over to, Carrie or whoever's gonna be going. so that you can look it over, and there's an opportunity to speak at each of the agenda items.
Okay, that'll work. Along with that, I think it's a pretty good idea that maybe we need to send our new CEO, so he understands how things work in Pennsylvania. How's anybody feel about that? Like, we're not kinda asking you on this one.
I don't have to say how I feel about it.
There's a full conference group, and if there's five, or less, it's more reasonable than having individuals.
Right.
So I would suggest that we do that for our district. And, I am also going to join this year, as other superintendents do.
Okay.
Carrie, what else reports do you have for us?
That's a 3-day event, by the way. There's a lot of different seminars that break out and they are quite informative, so, and that's
Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, right? Or Wednesday, Tuesday?
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Thursday and Friday morning.
Friday's the morning session.
But Thursday is the voting.
Thursday's your platform voting, right. And that, at this point, I think that's all we need to cover at this point.
Okay. You're done with that?
Yeah, now, you're talking about my next one?
You're next.
Okay, the Aquatic Task
Aquatic
Force.
Task Force.
Aquatic Task Force. Unfortunately, we have not been meeting this summer, and I know that Ed Black, who's the president for this organization, is also working on the, what do we call, the foundation. So he's been busy with the foundation. We will get back on task with this as of September.
Okay, thank you. TIF committee, I think we already had a report on the TIF tonight. I don't think we need anything
Right.
else on that? That'd be you.
We're
Okay.
good.
Facilities utilization, we are on, pretty much hold until I get a chance to sit down with Mike and Sue and figure out where we're going with this. And then we will get a date out to everybody. Is that fine with everyone else? Board members, do you have any individuals, anything else to say?
No, but I'm asking, because I don't see on here as far as our committee meetings next month, and the date for those.
On the September calendar. Okay, so, guys, the board just put some heat on you. You will get a list of various committees and you will be told what they are. We start first Thursday, they are the academic and ed policy meeting. As policy is as needed, okay, if you look at your calendars, if not, we'll give you a calendar.
Jen was the chair of policy, so that is.
You are now the chair, because you were the coach, you were the assistant, were you not the co-chair? Yes.
I'm not sure if I was the co-chair of that one.
Think
I'll
you
see
were.
if I
Says you're
was.
vice chair.
Vice chair. I am vice chair. Very good.
We'll just pull them up
I'm
and see
always
where we
there.
are.
I just can't.
Can imagine.
I would recommend that for policy, we, wait until October for that. We have our attorney reviewing some things, and that way our meeting could be, I think, a little bit, more productive. And
Okay.
we also have, our procedures that are going to be coming through.
Right.
So I think that that would be helpful if we do that in October. And if you wanna be the chair, or if someone else wants to.
Yeah,
be
that's
the
fine. Well, we
chair.
can talk it over and see if someone wants to. Right.
This is the academics and education?
Yes,
Yeah, this is policy.
first, that first is
Well,
policy.
academics and education is first.
Academics
Jen
ed
was
is the
on
first
that,
one.
so we need a replacement.
You need a replacement for that.
So
All right, Bob's going to academics and ed, Joan. Jen was on that. CIT, so I can come off of, policy, Frank, if you wanna go.
Okay.
Sarah was a finance alternate at Rocket
Yeah, I'll join.
Finances.
Yeah.
Let's wait for Joan to come back. Carrie and Bob. Bob, and then you're doing academics. and ed.
Academic.
Okay.
If necessary, I can do the policy as well.
She's gonna get to see who's where.
I think we still,
Sure.
we have
Okay,
all
I'll
the
read
other
it to
board
you.
members still present for
Guys,
policy.
Carrie, so, here we are, academics and ed is Jody Hess, Carrie Leonard Ellison, their chair and co-chair, vice chair, Pat Fisher, Jen Holzberger is now going to be Bob, am I correct?
Right.
And I need an alternate, because Sarah was an alternate, number one.
I'll do that, Karen.
Okay, Frank, thank you. Now we're gonna move down to policy. Jen was the chair. We need to replace that, and
I will
Bob will
not be
be-
the chair, but I will be on the
Bob will
committee.
be on that committee. Carrie would be the chair. Pat Fisher, Carrie Myers, Jody Ellison, Millie Mandarino are on there. Policy, you are on there, Pat?
Yes,
Okay.
Is everybody okay with that?
Everybody okay with that? Anyone, Frank, you wanna be on that?
I thought you were on
Well,
that.
I said it, but I don't know.
All right, I'll move off that, and Frank can have that. Got that, Joan? Okay, then we're gonna go athletics. Pat, you're the chairman. Carrie's the vice chair. Carrie Myers, Jody Hess, Carol Ellison, Tim Riley, and Jen Holzberger. We need an alternate for Jen's spot on the athletics.
How are you in athletics?
I gotta get off of athletics,
Yeah.
because it's the same like CIT is.
So,
Which one of you fellas wanna take? Frank?
Yeah, I'll join that.
Okay.
what about you?
I know, we need two.
What is it, 10, I would say 2.
We need an alternate, because I came off.
Sorry.
Now we need an alternate for Jen's spot for athletic alternate. Well, I came off, so Frank took that spot. Well, you could just have one alternate. We'll leave it with one alternate. Finance. Jen came off there, she was alternate. Frank, you're going in that spot, am I correct?
Yep.
That takes Sarah Bellatti's spot. I need another person. For finance, Pat, you are the alternate. You wanna be the person on? You wanna be on it? Pat will join the committee, and I just need an alternate. Bob, can you be an alternate? Okay.
Carrie's the chair, right?
Right.
Carrie's the chair. Buildings and grounds, I'm the chair.
You're still on it.
I'm the chair, Pat Fisher's vice chair, Jen was on, and Sarah was an alternate, so I need two people for buildings and grounds.
I thought I was
There's two alternates, but we can stick with one if that's what we wanna do, but I still need to put a body on there.
I thought I was on that, Carrie. Did you
You
call
are
my name?
Carrie.
Yeah, okay,
It's
you didn't call
Carrie,
my name.
Carrie.
Got it.
Pat, Carrie, we need somebody for Jen.
I didn't get the Carrie and Carrie.
Millie's an alternate, you wanna move up to that?
Need the,
Millie's gonna move up to that
Scorecard.
spot, I need an alternate.
I'm already there. I'm already there.
Okay,
I'll
I'll
be
be
an
an
alternate.
Frank,
We'll do two
who,
alternates,
Frank,
and I'll do an alternate.
all right, so we got Jody and Frank as the alternates. AFG. Millie's not gonna be alternate. AFG is Pat and Carrie. CIT, I've taken over that spot, so we're pretty much done with that. We got three people. Eastern Public Library, it's the same. IU board's the same. NCA, the community college is the same. Carrie's the same. PTA council. Oh, I need a replacement for PTA council. Jen Holzberg.
Jen did it. I can do it.
Okay, Carrie will take over that. Carrie with an eye, Joan. Okay, that's pretty much it. Everybody, you will get a revised copy in your email.
Next week?
Is this council?
What?
Yes, it's now changed. That's right.
Not AFG, that's SE by design.
EBD.
Yes.
And we also, it would be helpful to have some updated meeting dates for that.
Okay.
Do you
All right,
have
get
any,
dates
Pat?
up.
They just went out in your packet today.
That you have here.
Oh, I haven't looked in that. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Carrie,
Yes, ma'am.
what does Tim and Pat do?
They
I'm
are
just
on
throwing
East.
it out there. I'm just asking a question.
I'm telling you what they were assigned to. Pat Volcano's the He is on CIT, NCC, Public Library, and he's, and Tim is the same.
On the library and on the IU.
Right.
See, but all of us are taking 4 and 5. Is
That's what I'm saying. I'm throwing it at the people as well.
Okay, I'm with you. When
I
they
mean,
come,
I'll do
yeah,
what I
when they
have
come,
to
we can address that issue.
After November, we're not gonna do it.
That's true. All right?
I mean, that's, somebody, there's.
Okay, with that said, we can move on.
Just throw it out there, Jim.
Standing committee reports, there's none. Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Damn, that was quick.